back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and in today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom and officially testing out Poison Mushroom Cookie, because if you don't know, they also got a buff in this latest update. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, to the overall patch notes here from March 25th's update. Right below Pomegranate Cookie's buffs, you can see that we also have some buffs for Poison Mushroom. Starting us off here, we've got attack increase by 8.9% compared to before. We've got a defense increase by 6.2% compared to before. We've also got an HP increase to 7.3% compared to before. And then we've got here Poison Cloud from Mushrooms affects targets in a larger area. And then we've also got poison enemies suffer from a healing reduced debuff. And then we've got damage from Poison Clouds in areas where clouds overlap will only damage targets once. And then it deals additional 80% damage to regular monsters and an additional 100% damage to boss monsters. So essentially here we've got 3 buffs to their overall stats, which is awesome. But we've also got 2 additional features that we did not have prior. And that's going to be that healing reduced debuff that's applied for anybody that gets hit by Poison Mushroom. And then also going to be that second additional, 80% damage for regular mobs, and then 100% additional damage to bosses. Very nice. Alrighty, so taking a look at the cookie in question here, and that's going to be Poison Mushroom Cookie, as you can see on screen. We've got Poison Mushroom at a max level 60. It's going to be a bomber unit, and obviously the positioning is going to be in the middle line. The skill here we've also got at level 60, and currently it's going to be Poison Cloud at a 15-second cooldown. It says plants mushrooms that release purple poison clouds around themselves, and poison enemies become disoriented and suffer from a debuff, reducing healing. But Poison Mushroom Cookie claims that was never the intention. And then it says Poison Clouds deal extra damage to monsters and bosses. And then in gray here we've got, that's going to be damage is going to be 127.8%. The poison damage is 43.8% damage every 1 second over 10 seconds. And then we've got extra damage to regular enemies is going to be 80%. And then extra damage to bosses is going to be 120, with that healing debuff that they apply is going to be minus 15% healing. Okay, so very interesting here. So for starters, the patch note said only 100% additional damage to bosses, but the skill says 120% additional damage to bosses. So very interesting. And second thing here we've got, and that's going to be, now we know that the reduction of healing debuff that is applied by Poison Mushroom is 15%. So with this being said, let's dive in here and check out some toppings and then check out some gameplay so you guys know how to build Shroomy. And then diving in here to some overall toppings of choice when it comes to Poison Mushroom Cookie, we've got 2 different builds for you guys. The very first one is going to be a mixed build. We've got a 3 set of Searing Raspberry for the attack, with the 2 additional crit toppings here coming in with those apple jellies. And then we've also got the second build here, which is going to be a full Searing Raspberry set, basically to just stack as much attack as you possibly can. Now, when it comes to Poison Mushroom Cookie, you guys know as well as I do, that's going to be a DPS cookie, basically meaning we want to stack as much attack as we can to make sure that we are getting as much damage out of, the overall poison ticks that we can. And that's going to be utilizing both of these sets. The full Searing Raspberry set is pretty much like the standard or the normal way to run, Poison Mushroom. However, it's been proven since the buff in this last update on March 25th that running a 3 set of Searing Raspberries and the 2 set of crit, crit toppings, the apple jellies, actually can work, and not only that, aid in achieving something like a higher score in the overall guild boss battle by having that additional crit percent to make sure that Poison Mushroom does pop off a critical strike to increase their overall damage. And then as far as overall substats go, it doesn't matter which build you are looking to build. The additional attack is going to be ideal here because it is a DPS unit. The additional cooldown, you're going to need some of this specifically for the guild boss strat that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And then as much damage resistance as you possibly can stack via substats is going to be ideal, especially for those higher stages in the world exploration to make sure that Shroomy does stay alive. Alrighty, so with that being said here, guys, now I'm going to be diving into some actual gameplay. We're going to start things off with utilizing Poison Mushroom, Pomegranate Cookie, and also Pure Vanilla on stage like something 1230 boss to show you guys how much damage that Shroomy can actually do. And for the build, we're going to be utilizing the mix set, 3 Searing Raspberries and 2 apple jellies, along with the scythe, the Jelly Watch, and then the Scroll to just maximize the damage output. Alrighty, so officially jumping in here to stage 1230, we're going to just see if these guys can actually beat it. I have no clue if these 3 cookies can actually do it, but we are utilizing Poison Mushroom here on that mix set, so 3 Searing Raspberries and those 2 apple jellies to really hopefully maximize the damage output here. I am going to be utilizing Pomegranate Cookie along that side to just try to make sure, that we get off that additional 30% attack that she can provide. We're also going to be utilizing the Scythe to get the additional 29.8% of critical percent. So hopefully here, with both of those combined, we can see some crazy numbers provided by Poison Mushroom. And then naturally, we do have Pure Vanilla down here to add to the overall survivability. But I don't really know if they're even going to be able to beat this boss, to be honest with you. So we're just going to have to play it out and see. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock, and they haven't even went through the first health bar yet. So definitely doesn't look promising. But at the end of the day here, what we're really just testing out is we're testing to see how good Poison Mushroom Cookie can actually be on somebody like a single target boss. And the reason why we're looking at that is because when it comes to poison damage, single targets is actually a very, very good enemy to be going up against utilizing poison because of that tick. And that also is going to be in something like the guild boss, which I'll show you that in a second here. We currently just now hit the second bar, and we've only got a minute and like 16 seconds left, so there's absolutely no way that we're going to be able to beat the stage. Unfortunately here, I guess I'm going to have to either add another DPS or we'll just compare the damage at the end. And so as you can see here, naturally we are nowhere close to actually beating the overall stage, but all three of these cookies do have the ability to stay alive, which is pretty impressive. I think that's due to the increased healing on Pomegranate Cookie, and then obviously, Pure Vanilla. But nevertheless, let's take a look at the overall damage output. Again, this is going to be on that mix set. Ooh! Very nice. We got 5.5 million damage here on Poison Mushroom. And then look at this, man. Pomegranate almost up to 1 million. So very cool here. Alrighty, so now the next thing I want to test out here for this exact same stage is going to be swapping that topping set from that crit percent and Searing Raspberry build to just the full Searing Raspberry build. I'm going to pretty much skip the entire fight until we get to like the last minute of the battle. And then we're going to review the overall damage done.
I will not falter! For my master! Have a shroomy! I will not falter! For my master! Have a shroomy! I will not falter!
And as you can see here, we're almost done with the overall run. We've literally got like 35 seconds left on the clock. Nothing too crazy. There's no way that we're going to be able to beat it even with this topping set. But I do want to jump in here and check out the overall damage and compare it to the damage prior. So damage prior, I believe, was what? I think 5.6 million, I think is what it currently was. 5.6 mil. I'm very curious to see with this topping set how much of a difference it actually makes. Again, we're running everything else the same here on 1230. So here it is. Alrighty, so we obviously didn't beat it, but what's our overall damage output looking like? Ooh, very interesting here. So we've got basically 200,000 difference, so nothing crazy. Alrighty, so officially diving in here to a level 83 dragon provided by none other than Rapthorn with Camazon Guild on the Hollyberry server. This is going to be some of the testing that they were checking out, and they're utilizing Poison Mushroom here on this overall team comp with Eclair, Alphagato Cookie, and DC, along with Cotton. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, you can absolutely use this method, or at least this team, but at the end of the day, they are seeing way better results and consistent results utilizing an almond build. The crit percent, or the crit ceiling, I guess I should say, for the amount of damage, overall score that you can get is a lot higher utilizing almond. You can see we do get 9 million here, though, 9.4 to be exact, and the overall damage, as you can see here on screen, is going to be, 600 here for DC, 2.4 million on Alphagato, 1.8 on Eclair, and we've also got 3.2 million here for Poison Mushroom, with that 1.1 coming in on Cotton. Just keep in mind, guys, it's not going to be a build that I would recommend anytime soon. Currently, right now, like I said, the testing is way better with the almond comp. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Just a quick shout out here, Camazon. Thank you guys very much, especially Rapthorn and Dopes for providing the information for the guild boss composition here. As I mentioned before, I don't know. I mean, Poison Mushroom is a hard one because I think that the AoE damage that he provides can absolutely help out a player, especially a new player, early on. fun, but I don't think that it's going to be quite as good as somebody like a Sea Fairy or even something like a Squid Ink per se in certain situations. So I don't know. For me, I think I'm going to move, Poison Mushroom for PvE or world exploration type of stuff. I think I'm going to move up to like an A tier for our overall tier list video. But outside of that, though, he's not really good for arena. He's not really good for the guild boss. I mean, although you can make it work, I guess. But he's still just overall, he's okay. He's middle of the line. I don't think that this buff really makes him, significantly better to make, warrant every player, especially new players, reaching out and building him. But anyways, you guys let me know what your thoughts are down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. We cover it all. Also, any new players out there, guys, we do have a welcoming Discord. It's down below. We've got almost 7,000 players, all willing to help out anybody and everybody. So if you got some questions or just you want to check out a cool place to hang out, we'd love to have you. And with that being said, guys, as always, I'll see you on the next one.